Welcome back to the Swank Golf Podcast. We got another dope show as usual. Our guest this week is a friend of the show, we can definitely say. Our second time guest. Please welcome Tramaine Johnson back to the show.
Happy to be here, brother.
Welcome, dude. Welcome, man. It's good to have you back to the show. We got a lot to catch up on.
Sure.
Had you back for a reason because I know you had to come back with the reports of what's been going on. Need to know what's going on with the off season, how the new season started. So first, just let us know how'd you end last season. You told us about your goals in episode 2.
Very early on, yeah.
Season 1. Tell us how your season ended last year.
Yeah, so I feel like last time we spoke might have been early, mid-October. Us living up here in the Northeast, we spoke about the off-season approaching, about, how we're going to get through the winter and everything like that. But all in all, now that I look back at it, I had a pretty good season. In the moment, at that time, I didn't see it as so. Right. I think even on the show, I spoke about how I had these goals and I haven't hit any of them.
Right.
But in the totality of it, the goal is to get better, and I've gotten a lot better.
Right.
And I think that we all, as golfers, know that sometimes it doesn't show in the score. But I've gotten a lot better.
That's dope, man. It's all about progression, trying to get better each day, 1% each day. I'm on that boat as well. So when your off season started, like, what did you do to look back and say, hey, I got to improve on this moving forward? What was that thing?
For me, it was more about, and we speak about this all the time, it's about course management. But the next level of course management is actually applying it, right?
Right.
Because it's easy for me to go out there and say, I should do this, but do you actually do that?
Right,
it's a big difference between actually knowing you got to do it and actually doing it, especially when you're at the hole and you're on your second shot, and not to say you get emotional, but you're just like, man, I'm already at a 92 anyway, I might as well just, but just stick to the plan, because at the end of the day, each shot counts. So, that was the biggest thing with me. That's one thing I'm carrying into this season. Was like, no matter what's going on, let's stick to the plan, and just try to make the smart play.
Okay, yeah, playing smart, I think, is overlooked. Course management is overlooked, and I just feel like once you get past the that point of getting the fundamentals down, that's when you can start focusing on course management and stuff. So I know this from playing with you and things like that. During the winter time, you still get out there by any means, whether it's the weather or if you have to travel. Were there any things that stood out during the winter when you got a chance to play?
Yeah, so what the biggest thing is, I had a course around the corner from me that I played a lot the past 2 years, where I really started, called JC Melrose. So they closed down, I want to say, in November. I think November 30th was their last day.
Okay.
So I literally had nowhere else to play.
Right.
And you know this from being here. This was probably literally, not to even exaggerate, this might have been one of our coldest winters we had in the Northeast. I'm not sure if you feel the same.
Yeah, it was.
Even out, I'm not even talking about snow or blizzards or anything, but just straight cold weather. So we had to travel a little bit. We started out in December. We had a chance to go down and check out Khaled for his We the Best second annual. I think it was the second annual We the Best.
Okay.
Got a chance to check that. Oh, that was cool, man. That was cool. We didn't play in it.
Yeah.
But just to be there.
Yeah.
To me, a golf course is like a beach.
Yeah.
So we out there, we kicking it at the golf course. I want to say it was at the Miami. I don't know. It was at the Miami Country Club. It was in Miami. All the celebrities was there.
Yeah.
All the vendors was there. So you had Jordan.
Okay.
We out eating Trill burgers.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Got a chance to meet a couple cool people. So it was cool.
It was a good vibe for sure.
Got a chance to actually see Khaled play golf, because I've always suspected for years that it might be a little cap in the rap.
Yeah. How was the swing in live person?
The swing was just like it looked on Instagram.
Okay.
The results, I don't want to offend any potential non-play. No, Khaled's actually legit though. I will say, and I was surprised.
Okay.
And I got a chance to take some personal videos of him at the tee box. He was actually on a team with him and Michael Phelps.
Okay.
And I got a chance to pull up and watch him work, and I'm like, damn, my man is really a golfer.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. I love that with the golf community that there's tons of events like that, right? And then there's so many different brands and other people who are creating their own events and spaces, for us, and that's real cool. Would you say that events like that, do they make you want to? I don't know, do they make you want to play more? Do they make you want to grow more as a businessman in golf? Like, what do those events, what do you come away with that?
It makes me want to get more money, honestly.
Yeah.
The networking is the biggest thing first of all, about golf, period. We always talk about the networking.
Yeah.
But events like that make you look around and say, damn, like, this is just somewhere I want to be. This is a space I want to be. This is somewhere I want to be invited. This is somewhere I want to be invited to play. You know what I mean? So it's motivational.
Yeah.
How can it not be? But also just to be out there with my friends and we all enjoying it.
Yeah.
You can enjoy it on so many different levels. Not just, you don't have to plan it. Again, just being in the presence, the people you come across, people you meet, the conversations you have. So we was able to just sit back and enjoy it.
Yeah. Is there any relationships or anybody that stood out that you've met recently through golf that you probably thought that you wouldn't have met, or just anything like that?
Yeah, I got a chance to meet a lot of cool people so far just through golf. So again, even what's up, man named from Mabon down there?
Okay. Stephen Malvon.
Got a chance to meet him. Got a chance to again speak to Michael Phelps. I don't take pictures with a lot of athletes, but he's literally the GOAT.
Right.
Took a picture with him, met with him, talked to him for a couple seconds. Even I think maybe in August last year, I went to Tyrese Maxey's golf event.
Okay.
Got a chance to meet a couple cool people there. Couple front office execs. Just out there talk. I mean, golf course, you're out there 3-4 hours.
Yeah, so it's tons of time to talk.
So, yeah,
right.
I'm just out there talking to anybody.
All right.
And a lot of people look familiar. You know who they are.
Right.
But eventually it comes up who they are, what they do, and it's just cool to meet people like that. Even out there watching Tyrese play. Tyrese, he just now getting into golf. So even seeing him and a couple of his teammates out there, so it was cool.
All right, that's cool. All right, well, look, but we're going to dive into that a little more. Hold on that thought. We got to step away for our sponsorship, and we'll be right back. We plan on being on the golf course all day long this year. Let's do one thing for our wives and make sure that we get the flowers right. Let's leave the gas station flowers along. Let's skip the supermarket and make sure you go down to New Blossom Flowers. You can order flowers. It's easy. They're guaranteed to be fresh, and they're sure to keep you out of trouble. And also, tell them that Swank Golf sent you. All right, and we're back. All right, just to jump into that a little bit more, you mentioned about Tyrese Maxey jumping into it and stuff like that. How cool is it, or what do you feel about, different athletes or different people from different, industries jumping into the sport? How do you feel about it?
I think it's cool because I don't know any other sport where you can really do this. Like, for example, we can't go out on an NFL field and do anything. You know what I mean? The NBA, maybe, that's questionable. But other sports, there's no way you can go out there.
Yeah.
But I feel like golf humbles us all. So to watch some of the best athletes come out here and just try, and we're all the same. I don't care how great you are in your field. I don't care how fast you run. I don't care what you do. I almost feel like none of it really translates over to golf.
Yeah, it definitely puts us all on a regular playing field. You hear the term one of us. They're one of us, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's definitely cool. And then, too, I think it's awesome, too, to see people of different status or stature or whatever be addicted to something. Like, not addicted to something, but have a passion like that, and it's affecting them just like it's affecting me, that sport. So you talked about having a chance to even see different pros and stuff like that. And, we just had the Truist Championships, which just happened here in the Philadelphia area. And you had opportunity to go there, correct?
Yeah, so on Thursday, got a chance to, me and Mickey, who's actually on the show as well, a couple episodes ago.
Shout out to Mickey.
We ran out there on Thursday, beautiful day. And again, just on the course chilling, man. Shout out to Chill Moody. He came through, hooked us up with the tickets, and told us exactly where to go. So once we got there, Chill was already had a spot for us on number one tee box.
Okay.
And just watching the guys tee off, it's just different.
Yeah.
Like, it's just different from what we see on every day at a golf course. Like,
wow. Who was your favorite person to see tee off there?
Well, I got a chance to see Rory.
Okay.
So not on number one. I found a great spot where it was a double tee box where I can watch a par 3, which is hole 4. I'm sorry, a par 3 that was hole 14 and a par 4 that was hole 4. So I saw Rory in the tee box on par 4. It's almost, I would imagine, like seeing Michael Jordan play live. I mean, it's you've never seen a golf ball do that or sound like that. You know what I mean? But I saw Rory, saw Jordan Spieth, seen Min Woo.
Yeah.
He's known for his driver and being erratic. And the Truist event was held at the Cricket Club. Yeah. Which a lot of people talk about how you can spray it anywhere and just recover. So just watching those dudes bomb off that sounds crazy. Just watching those dudes hit the ball was crazy.
Yeah, I bet it was awesome. And they talk about how beautiful that course is, and it's a private course, correct? So, this is really like the only opportunity regular people get to see the actual course. So, as far as the landscape of the actual course and just the amenities or whatever, can you talk about that a little bit?
You know what I thought? So the funny thing about it is, and people actually spoke about this on ESPN, is to me it was a regular course. So and that's the charm of playing here in Philadelphia. Like this isn't Cabo, this isn't Arizona.
Yeah.
On a backdrop, you're not going to see mountains and the sunset. So to us, these are the regular trees we see every day. It was a regular course. So it was kind of like watching an NBA team come play on your regular playground. Okay. You know what I mean? Now, don't get me wrong. It's a nice course. It is private, but just the length of it, the way the fairways were. A lot of people on ESPN were talking about how they felt like it wasn't for pros, but that's kind of what made it like. That's what kind of made it charming to the PGA Tour. Was like let's try something different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I thought it was cool that they have a potential to literally drive the green.
Yeah.
Because we play a 460-yard par 4 at a time. You know what I mean? So to watch them do it a little differently than us, I thought it was cool. Even to we go to different courses around Northeast and in Pennsylvania. They talked about, I want to see on hole 2, there's a barn. Right. Some people like that. Some people didn't like that. Some people did. Right. But to us, it's a couple clubs in my mind where we line into a hole. It's a barn. It's
cows. It's all types.
Might be the pro shop. It might be all types of stuff on that hole. So I thought it was cool to watch them play a course that was similar shaped. It's like a course we would play.
Yeah, and you know what they say that the Northeast has some of the nicest courses out here, and I saw an interview where Tony Finau was saying that they want to start playing more courses in this area, just because our terrain is a little different than like you said, a Phoenix, Arizona, or wherever you want to play. But yeah, I think that's real cool. Did you bring anything back from any of these events? Anything cool?
It's funny. I actually went inside the pro shop just to see. It was already ran through. It was ransacked. It was Thursday.
Right.
Shout out to Chill, because I know Chill held it down for a couple of guys in the group chat. But late Thursday when Mickey and I went inside, it was ran through.
Okay.
It's crazy.
So let me know this. All right. I know that you play a lot. Might have joked with you before that you play so much you should join a club.
Yeah.
Have you joined a club?
Yeah, I had to, man. I had to. So yeah, shout out to Pinelands Golf Club out in Hamilton, New Jersey. Basically, again, JC Melrose closed by. And JC Melrose took good care of me for the past 2 years. And we all know, I don't care who you are, golf is an expensive sport.
Yeah.
And it's like drugs. It's literally addictive.
Yeah.
So once the weather changed here around late March, really the middle of April, I'm just looking at the amount of money I'm spending.
Right.
Hopping around place to place, trying to find hot deals, trying to schedule my day around a hot deal.
Yeah.
It was just too much. So reached out. Actually had a good conversation with our good friend Bill. And he was like, bro, it might be time for you to just join somewhere.
Yeah.
And I always encourage a lot of people now that I'm in to look into it, because again, the amount of money we're spending, especially when you have a +1.
Right.
I'm like, this it has to be a better way.
Right.
It has to be a better way. So.
Okay.
And I think, and not just the money you're saving, with me, it's the peace of mind.
Yeah.
When I wake up, I know where I'm playing at, and it's up to me what time. You know what I mean? So I think the biggest thing that come with becoming a member is the peace of mind. And then, of course, it's a great club with all the amenities.
Right.
The restaurants. You got your short game area. You got your driving range. So.
Okay. One thing I always wanted to know, so, once you become a member, do you just show up for your tee time? Whenever you pull up, you can play? Or what's the deal?
So when I book my tee time, the first thing I can pick a day from 21 days out. So I have 3 weeks to pick any tee times I want.
Okay.
Now, depending on how my day go, if I look at the tee sheet and I see an opening, I can take it.
Right.
Just like you would too. But I think the biggest thing is when it comes to tee times is I can pick 21 days out. But when I do get there, I'm not paying for anything. I just pull up, they get my stuff out the car.
Yeah.
And I go play.
That's
and
awesome.
When I finish up, if I want to play again, I'll play again.
Okay, so that's cool. And you could do that every day of the week if you wanted to.
I've been doing it every day of the week.
That's what. Well, I'm gonna be joining you very soon.
For sure.
I think that's real cool. So, this is your home course now.
Yeah.
How's the restaurant? Is the food good?
The food was actually good, and again, it was a Saturday. We all know weekend prices is crazy.
Yeah.
I'm looking around. We all trying to play. Me, Mark, Bill, and I'm like, look, I'm about to go here and join.
Yeah.
So my first day actually going to actually sign up and play. We played a afternoon round, like a 3:50 tea time. Me, Bill, Mickey, Mickey, Bill. Anyway, all four of us, we all went into the restaurant afterwards.
Yeah.
And the food was surprisingly good.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I feel like I made a good decision.
That's what's up, man. I think that's really, really dope. So, I mean, it's obvious that, I mean, you said this in episode 2, that it's more than just the actual playing of the golf. It's the lifestyle of golf and like, the camaraderie and stuff like that. Do you still feel the same? And is there anything you would elaborate on that?
I still feel the same. At the end of the day, the best thing about golf is actually just being outside, enjoying a beautiful ass day.
Yeah.
On a nice property, the scenery. Even here in Philly, like I love my city. Looking at the trees, feeling the vibes.
Yeah.
I just love being out there. Then when you add 3 friends with you,
Yeah.
maybe a couple beverages, some food, you really can't go wrong. But that's also something I have to remind myself here, because we know AGS has started and it gets competitive, and you want to do well. And I think it was probably week 2 or 3, I broke my putter and I had to just reset myself and come back to the reason we're out here. You know what I mean? And again, because it gets real out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I try to just really, I had to have a talk with myself. Because even, like growing up playing basketball, it's like a phrase you would say when somebody's acting crazy, like, yo, you mess up the runs.
Yeah.
That pretty much means like, yo, you messing this up for everybody.
Yeah.
And that day I kind of felt like I messed up the runs on the foursome. Like I was acting crazy for good reason.
Yeah.
But I was acting crazy, had to take a step back and remember the reason and why I'm out here.
Yeah.
And I've carried that attitude in tea time since.
That's awesome. And that's very important. In our last episode, Jasmine from Nice Girls Golf said, if you're out here and you're not having fun, what are you out here for? And I was, it hit me a little deep because, maybe that week I probably didn't play so well, because that's true. That's what we out there to do, is to have fun. But when you want to excel at something and you're somebody that's willing to work hard for it, sometimes you're willing to grind and you forget about the fun.
Right. And we all hear
there's no fun in doing bad.
Brother, who you telling? You know what's funny? We always hear about golf. It's like, hey, man, you watch somebody play golf and you figure out if that's somebody you want in your life, that's somebody you want to work with, that's somebody. Listen, I don't think that applies to me. Because in my regular day-to-day, anybody would tell I'm probably the most cool, nonchalant, laid-back dude. But if you met me playing golf, and again, I've changed my ways as of 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I'm throwing the club. Yes. I'm going to throw the club. I'm going to throw the club. I'm going to slam it. Curse. I might curse at you.
Yeah.
Should I? No. Is it your fault? No. But hey, I had to tell Mickey, who I play with the most. Mickey said, you're going to throw it in the water. I said, that's what I tried to do. What you thought? What you think this is? Like, she says like the craziest stuff.
That's so funny, yo.
Throw it in the water. That's what I tried to do.
That's so funny. And I mean, you get mad and you got to let the frustration out. Is that just what it is? You got to let it out.
Where else in my life can I throw a club?
Yeah.
I can't do it at work.
That's true. I mean,
but I'm considering others now, so I've been more cool though, and I've been playing better. I gotta say.
Yeah.
Once I decided, like, Larry, bro, you gotta grow up. That's what it comes down to.
They say cooler heads prevail.
Yeah, and I kind of listen. I embarrass myself. I can laugh at myself. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I came out there. I had a great week of practice.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, I'm about to kill it. And listen, I'm happy with a bogey. First 3 holes. And when I tell you somebody hit the brakes, hole 4, I was like, what the hell is going on here? Try to stay cool, try to get it back on track. To make a long story short, I break my putter.
Okay.
And me being me, and this didn't even dawn on me. I probably could have borrowed somebody else's putter.
Yeah.
I played with a bent putter the rest of the day. I'm out there looking like a whole fool for like 13 holes, bro. What's the sport in the Olympics when like they push the thing and you like brush the?
I forgot. Curling.
That's how I look. I'm out there trying to putt, and
Looking
I'm still
crazy.
mad, bro. I'm out there putting with the. It was bad, and that was the day I knew, like, all right, bro, you got to relax.
All
you
right.
got to change your ways.
Well, you've turned over another leaf.
Yeah, for sure.
And you're taking a new approach. All right. I think that'd probably be good. I know with me, when I get mad, I carry it, but I carry it in my hands. I squeeze the club too hard, and then that makes my next shot do something crazy. So, yeah, it's a mental game for sure. And I feel like that is something that people, they say it, but when you get into the sport, I feel like people need to really lean on that even more, saying, hey, it might be more mental than anything.
And to your point, I think for me, I thought I'm gonna say thought. I thought I was above that, right? Because I feel like I could be mad and I could turn it off because I'm me.
Right.
But nah, bro. Like
Yeah.
this game is crazy, dog.
Yeah.
I did something crazy yesterday. I don't even want to talk about. Ended
right.
up getting an 8, but it really is mental though. It really is mental, bro.
All right,
It really is
so
mental.
in our later episode, we talked about what brings you back, and of course, it's the competitive nature of the sport. Because of that, you created something for the competitors out there. Maybe you can tell us a little bit more about it.
Yeah, so for me, we talked about golf being a lifestyle, man. Now I pretty much play every day, but the Monday Morning Invitational, it kind of started out as something I would just say because every Monday morning I'm starting my week off playing golf.
Right.
I don't care what I should be doing or where I'm supposed to be. I'm gonna play golf.
Right.
And can I play with anybody? Probably not, because most people have better things to do or more important things to do. I say I don't know about better, but more important.
Right.
So it started out with just me playing alone every Monday morning. And I started calling it the Monday Morning Invitational.
Right.
But from that, I just kind of wanted to again, because we talk about lifestyle, we talk about networking. I kind of want to get like-minded people who want to get out, people who can get out, to just come join me.
Yeah.
And for me to make it a little more sweeter, I started putting out prize money.
Yeah.
We started doing some fun things on Instagram, adding different PGA graphics and kind of making it just competitive. We make it stroke play, so it's even for everybody. And for people who don't know what stroke play is, it's more like just evens the playing field. So no matter how good you are, you have a chance to win the money. So that's something we've been doing every Monday. I believe next Monday will be week 4.
Okay, and how can people get down with that? How can they join?
Yeah, so the Instagram is Monday Morning Invitational, and just shoot us a DM.
Yeah.
The goal is to keep it between 4 and 8 people, which is one group or 2 groups back to back. And it's just a good time, a good way to start the week.
Yeah, it sounds like a good time, and just adding that little competitive edge, it just kind of adds something to it. I know from playing AGS, in the back of my mind, it adds just a little voice that says, "Hey, this matters a little bit more." And I don't think that it gets me off my game. I don't think it does, but I definitely think it makes me analyze the game afterwards a little more.
Well, yeah, and I love AGS. Shout out to those guys. I love AGS because really it's a scoreboard. I think keeping score changes everything in life. If somebody's keeping score, I don't care if it's in your relationship. I don't care if it's with the homies. It counts. I don't care if you don't even have to play for money. If somebody's keeping score, keeping tabs on who wins, who loses, that turns it up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that's what AGS provided for us.
Yeah.
A reason to keep score, a reason to care.
Yeah. Going back to Monday Morning Invitational, is this something that how do you pick the courses or anything?
So again, I'm trying to make it convenient for people to travel. I'm trying to make it sexy for people to want to come. Make it easy for people to want to come, show up. So I'm kind of picking more like New Jersey, South Jersey, Philly area for people to show up. I look forward to doing it at Pinelands again. Bringing people out to the home course. But I'm picking courses so that I can leave the buy-in rate, reasonable.
Reasonable.
So for example, last week, $75 got you your greens fee, got you your cart. You get a Nike polo or a sweatshirt, and it goes towards the money you win. So I think the payout last week was $200.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest thing. I can't play the nicest courses yet, because then I'm gonna have to charge you guys $150, and that wouldn't be fun. So again, I want the $75. And most rounds cost about $75 anyway. So I want the $75 to be able to cover everything, and just to get people to show up and just come have fun, man. Kick the week off right.
That's what I like to hear, man. That's what I like to hear. Has there been anything recently, as far as we're talking about fun, any memories, any fond memories that you've had from playing recently? Because we talked about the one story that you had, which was the hole-in-one last year.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you can top that one, but do you got anything that's happened recently that you're proud of yourself?
Well, shoot. Listen, it's always a good time. Any day I go under 100. You know what I mean? So, maybe about last week I had shot 99 at the crib at Pinelands, and to me that's the best thing that happened to me in a long time. Listen, I'm heavy on again. I track all my scores. I haven't shot under 100 in 184 days. Okay,
You're keeping track, brother.
Brother, I had to go back and check, and it was my birthday. So the last time I shot under 100, I shot 95 at Pinecrest or Pinecrest on my birthday, November 4th, which is crazy because once you go under 100 for me, I feel like I made it. Then I had a surprise birthday trip, went to Cabo.
Yeah.
And speaking about, the PGA Tour, feeling like they're playing like an NBA team on a local course, this is my chance to pretty much play on the NBA floor.
Right.
So I'm out in Cabo playing some of the most beautiful courses literally in the world.
Yeah.
I had no business out there. When I tell you, I had no business out there. So to shoot that 95 for my birthday, jump on that plane, I'm like, oh, I'm about to go out here and get busy. Boy, I was out there angry black man for a week straight.
Did it ruin the vacation?
I tried not to.
Oh,
But,
man.
Cabo's a different type of golf, man. Again, I had to reset back to the principles. I'm out there looking at literally on the beach playing golf.
Yeah.
They don't call them, they don't have like the girls in the trucks or whatever they call it. They got like comfort stations. I'm in there.
Okay,
I'm tearing the comfort station out the wall, bro.
Yeah.
Everything y'all got, I'm loading the cart up. Just because, I mean, it's not free because we paid to be here, but
Right.
I got a golf bag for a reason.
Yeah, right.
So I try to enjoy other things about it, man. But golf is funny. So, but back to the original question, yeah, I shot 99, and I had to get up and down for it too.
Yeah.
And I was giving the chat live feedback. I'm like, yo, I got to get up and down to get this 99, and I was able to do that. So that was fun.
I think that's one of the cool things about golf is the experiences that come along with it that I like. It's like, yeah, when you're playing certain courses, you're playing those rounds, of course, we want to shoot certain things. But you know what? Those stories and experiences are the things that I feel are going to last with us forever. Because when you shoot a whatever, 1-0 whatever, you're not going to remember that 10 years from now. But if you shoot, but you're going to remember that, I mean, it was in Cabo, so you might remember the scores in Cabo. But playing golf in Cabo,
That's the most important part.
that's the most important part, and that's what you're going to come away with. You know what I mean?
Right.
So those experiences that you can tie with golf, you know, whether it's traveling with friends and family, whatever it is, I think that's real cool. And you like to take advantage of that. So I think that's dope.
Yeah, you got to. And also, taking that back to your friends, who else is going to get this besides one of your friends who golf as well?
Right.
Or a stranger that golfs? Because I can
Right.
tell the same story to a stranger. He'll be like, ha, 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 and cracking up because it's almost like we all get treated the same way by these golf courses. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think that's the best. And I don't think people really realize this. Our golf network came together so organically. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Me, played basketball, high school, college. You, high school, college, football. Other friends, we've done so many other things, and it all brought us here, and kind of at the same time as well. And I think that's cool about our group as well, where it's not like, oh, let me go play golf because Nadir's doing it.
Yeah.
Like we all picked it up in our own way, in our own field, and it all brought us. And that's something golf does.
Brings
And it
people together.
brought us all together.
Brings people together, and then we're also touching on the outside, like of our own circles, you know, and it's affecting people and just bringing community together. And you know, I feel like whether we're sorting out to do that, hey, we're going to touch the community, just by the fact of us playing golf and liking it and caring, we're doing that organically and having our, you know, putting a fingerprint onto the community. And I think that's real cool. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm glad you came back on the show because, you know, I talk about it. I say all the time that I'm going to have you back on the show. You're the first person back on the show. But the next time that we talk, I'm hoping that we can do it on the course.
For sure.
I'm hoping
That'd
that
be
we can bring the cameras onto the course and, you know, we kind of can just talk through everything, you know, see what's going on the course, see where our flaws are, come back to the cart, chat it up about it. I'm hoping that we could do that. Before we go, I want to ask you something. As far as clubs go, are there any clubs or any part of your game, short game, long game, anything that you've been working on or that you've struggled with or that you've overcome or any highlights, anything like that?
Man, it's funny because you and I kind of spoke in the green room about how these clubs come and go, right? Mm-hmm. Once I got better with my long irons, which at one point I could never hit my 5. Now all of a sudden I can't hit my pitching wedge. I can't hit my 9. But what I've been doing and what I would encourage people to do now is when I go to the range, man, I'm only working on 100 yards and in. That is so important. You feel me? So I'm all wedge work. I'm working on punching out.
Yeah.
Hate to say it, that's important.
Yeah.
I'm working on bump and run. So those are like the main things I've been working on. So what's been working for me right now is really, and it's paying off because like we all know, you can drive the ball anywhere.
Yeah.
But you got to be able to get up there, get up and down. So for me, what's really been working is my 60, which is funny because I almost threw it in the water a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
My 60 and my 52. Okay. Just being able to dot that thing from between 80 and 120 yards, put on the green, that's probably like what I've really been living off of. And also to go back earlier to our conversation about course management, pitting the driver down. Yeah. Like I'm select. I I gotta be more like pick like when I want to use the driver. You know what I mean? And again, not getting emotional, not doing what I want to do. Just put that joint down, and just sticking to the plan, going out there with a plan. And that's really what's been.
I feel like that's gonna be a good way to shoot lower scores, taking what the defense gives you. I would say everyone, including myself, we all probably need more of that in some way, shape, or form. I know some people, they'll have like on-course lessons where like a professional's like watching you play. So, you're doing more than just grip and takeaway. We're doing like, okay, in this situation, you should pull this club or you should do that. I think that would be cool to experience, something like that. Have you done anything like that? Or?
I haven't done anything like that personally, but I've watched videos.
Yeah.
Because listen, my goal anytime I go out to play, I'm trying to be under 100. So I've asked ChatGPT.
Yeah.
I've looked up how to better my score, and it really comes down to limiting mistakes. So if I know my driver, it's a risk-reward situation, let's just stay calm. Let's just start on the fairway.
Yeah.
So I know if I had a good drive, all right, it might go 250. Cool. I'm probably going to mess up a shot 2-3 anyway.
Yeah.
So why not just start on the fairway with a little 7-iron?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If we equated everything to football, I'd rather be first and 20 than first and 20. You know what I mean?
Right.
So to me, and I'm only speaking for my game, the risk-reward for the driver isn't there.
Yeah.
Especially playing at a place like Pineland. So, again, that just goes back to course management. So, a lot of times, again, I feel like we have the skill. I know for a fact I have the skill to be a better golfer. But, again, it comes back to the mental, and it comes back to decision-making.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where it's at with me.
Yeah, I feel like with me, I gotta just stay locked in because like if I start hot, then closer to the 9th hole, I start to get out of my posture, get out of my form, maybe start old habits, start whatever I was working on that week, I might stop doing it later on. And when it comes with just making better selection of your club, I mean, you're saying off of the tee box. Mine is while I'm in the fairway, I'm just using regular numbers. Let's say I'm 300 away, instead of pulling a club that goes, 250, 200 or whatever, trying to get most of the way there, why not pull the 7 and go halfway?
Yeah.
Just go half and then just try to go half again. You know what I mean? And it's easier said than done because you got to execute. You got to execute those two.
Yeah.
So like sometimes it's like do it in 2 hits or do it in 1 hit. But you got to execute 2.
Right. But I ask myself the same question. Would you have a better chance of doing 2 of these or one of those? I know for me, a lot of times it's 2 of these because my 3-wood is a hazard.
Right, yeah. That's
I can
why
go to jail using my 3-wood.
That's why I went down
dangerous.
to the 7. I got a 7-wood in my bag because I can hit it.
Okay.
Right? So it's like, and my 3-wood, I took it out. I don't own a 3-wood. Anything I cannot hit is not in my bag.
Well, that's a good way not to do it. That's like a man trying to do drugs. Well, if it ain't on me, I can't do them.
Right.
I need to try that. I'll be out there with 4 clubs. I just like carrying the bag for looks. Like, it might be time to declutter this thing.
Seriously, man. Like, and look, I'm not the one to give tips. I told my closest friends that, look, I'm not giving tips. Once I got people on board, it was like, yo, come play. You should play. And once they start playing, I might give you some basic tips. But after that, I ain't giving no tips because I'm not the guy. Until I'm shooting a consistent 82 or something like that, I'm not the guy to give tips.
I give out 1 tip. I'll be like, take your time. That's all I got for you, bro. Take your time.
That's a good one.
That's all I got for you.
That's
I'm not out here. Listen, let's have some fun, man. Take your time.
Gotta take your time.
That's all I got for you. But you know what? But if I was to give 1 tip, like for my beginner golfers, I would tell y'all, and nobody's gonna listen, nobody's gonna do this. When you go to the driving range, because it's getting nice, people taking their girls to the driving range, you got the homies going to the range, and the first thing y'all wanna do is send me a video. Now, a lot of y'all just going out there to have fun, but if you're serious about golf, I would really encourage y'all to put the driver down again and start with shots 100 yards, 50 yards. Because if you can't do that, you're not gonna be able to hit it 200 yards. And again, you're gonna spend so much time approaching the green than on the tee box. You only do that 18 times.
Yeah.
You in the middle of the fairway on in 150 times.
Yeah.
You feel me? So all my people out there that's trying to get into the game, man, go out there, try to hit little chip shots, man. Just try to get a little feel. Try to put the club on the ball. Y'all at Top Golf swinging for the fences.
That's
looking crazy in front of your wife.
At Top Golf, I be thinking some people gonna fall off the deck. They be swinging so hard.
I've seen videos. Y'all gotta relax. Trying to impress this girl. Trying to impress your hinge date.
Yo, that is hilarious, yo.
I see it too much, man, but I'm loving it, man. I'm just loving everybody going out there. I love that people send me their videos
Yeah,
Like,
I like it
it's
too.
fun, man.
I like it too, man, because it's definitely growing and people are interested, people are intrigued, man, and that's why I started this show, because you don't want to do. I didn't want to do anything in a vacuum. Like, okay, I'm enjoying this. Me and my boys are enjoying this, and that's it. I was like, oh man, we gotta tell the world that we out here, because once I kind of I got a sniff of what goes on at like certain country clubs, as far as like how they're enjoying their days, guys who are members there who are there like all day, right? And how they've been keeping it from us. They've been keeping that they're having a good time.
Listen, your boy turning into one of them.
Hey, look,
like, yo, this is the life.
You crack the door open. Just put your foot in. Crack the door
y'all
open.
more than welcome to pull up, man. I need y'all there, and I'm the only black one. I'm keeping it a beam with y'all. I'm the only black one.
They probably be looking at you like, how you get in here,
bro? They see me coming. A lot of times they hear me coming.
Yeah,
I'm pulling up. Listen, pop the trunk. I don't even roll the windows down. Just pop the trunk. You know what to do, young boy.
Yeah. That's what we need, though. It's
Love it
more
out there,
presence, man. More presence. Let them know
that's real.
that we coming.
That's real. And of course, like I do feel like I'm representing the black community. Of course, I'm respectful and everything else, smiling.
Yeah.
But you got to be yourself.
Yeah.
I'm out there dressed. This has become my signature look. Like they know what it is. Like, but I would encourage everybody, man, just have fun out there. Be yourself. We've been having a good time with it, man.
Yeah, man. I definitely been having a good time with it, and I'm glad that we all sharing it, and we got a lot of golf to play. It's still early in the season.
100%.
Since the season just started, we're gonna wrap this up. But since the season just started, what's that one thing, that nugget that you're coming in, or swing thought or whatever that you're coming into the season with?
That's actually a good question. So compressing the ball. And this is something I was big on early on, but again, you kind of forget. And that's one thing I still don't understand about the golf. And I don't want to make the show longer than it is, but basketball is here. Bow, never leaves. It seems like every day I got a different golf swing.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, definitely how I'm entering the ball, and just compression. So I kind of just changed my angle up just a little bit.
Yeah.
Still coming a little bit, still making sure I'm coming inside, but just where my wrist is when I'm making contact with the ball makes a huge difference.
That's what's up. I'll leave you with this. One thing that I did is I started looking at like videos from when I first started.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was just going off like straight athleticism and straight like me putting the club onto the ball. And I tried to look at some things that I was doing then that I'm not doing now. Like since I've, took lessons or went through these rabbit holes on YouTube and I'm trying to do all these different things, I had to go back to the oils. I had to see what was going on.
Too, yeah.
And I found something that I was doing then that I'm now bringing in now, which is helping me to stop early extending, because I'm like hooking the ball to the left and with my irons, and it's like ruining great drives. I finally get my driver in check, and now my irons, I'm hooking them to the left. So
that's how it be, man. This is a crazy sport.
It's a puzzle, man. If you like puzzles, this is definitely.
I never liked puzzles, but maybe I do. I don't know. But I'm hooked. I ain't going nowhere. I can talk all the trash I want, man. I'm locked in, bro.
That's what's up, man. I'm locked in with you, dog, and we gonna set this up for us to get on course, film something on course. Hopefully, it's at your home course.
Okay.
But until then, y'all, I want to thank y'all for joining us on the podcast. Please link up with Tramaine. Try to get on Monday Morning Invitationals. Try your hand. Try to see if you can win it. Winner take all. I'm sure he'll get back to you. Please like, subscribe, and also share with a friend. We're growing the page, and it's growing rapidly. So we'll see y'all in the next one. Keep swinging them.